Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Dallas Auto Diag. In front of me is a 2013 Dodge Challenger with a fake SRT logo on it because it has the 3.6 liter. And customers complaint, parasitic drain. Car dies overnight. It comes in the morning. They try to start it. It doesn't start. And I've been here before. They have 3 cars for me to diag. This is the second one. First one was easy. And the first job that I did to this shop was also a parasitic drain on a 2010 Ford Fusion, which I regret not to record for you guys for the channel because it was really interesting. But long story short, it was the cluster was pulling about 450 milliamp, and I also noticed that this is a kind of common issue with those Ford Fusions, and also the prindle was staying on all the time, and it was really hard for me to see it because every time I come here it's really sunny. So I told them to, when they close the shop at night, take a look at it, do this, do that, and that's what they sent me. They sent me a picture of it. It turned out to be the shifter. There is a switch in the shifter that there's a wire actually that gets grounded in the shifter, which tells the cluster that we are on park. A done deal for the day. But I hope that we have something interesting here. That's why I don't want to waste the chance. So let's get to it. First thing to do when I come to a vehicle with a parasitic drain, I make sure that I have access to driver side, passenger side, and under the hood, because those are the usual locations for fuse boxes. In this case, Dodge Chrysler, there is another fuse box which is in a trunk. So what I just did over there, I locked the door, and I'm going to do the same thing here to the trunk. I'm gonna lock it, just to tell the car, hey, we are locked. And did this to the passenger's side, and I did to the driver's side. Now you come to the hood and you make sure that the hood latch doesn't have a harness connector to it. If there is, that means there's a switch. You have to lock it. If there isn't, make sure on those corners right here along this piece there's no switch. Like this got me confused. I thought from a distance it looked like a switch, but it's not. It's just a bolt. So it is something like this that you push it, and if it is, you have to bypass it either by pressing it. If you have on the door jam right here, sometimes you have the switch here. That's why I use those what do you call them, quick grip. I have 2 of them to use for parasitic drain, but in this case we are not going to need to. This is locked, the other one is locked. Now, taking a quick look at it, I see that the car had a audio system. It doesn't anymore. It's an auction vehicle, and okay, so let's pull the tools that we're going to use for this case study. I think I forgot to mention, usually the ones that has a switch for the hood, when you open the hood, it will say something on the dashboard. So you can check that before you do anything. The first thing that I did, I hopped in and I looked at the dashboard, the cluster, and I popped the hood. I wanted to make sure there is, like usually a blim blim, a chime or a message on the cluster that says hood ajar or something. But this one doesn't. And I know it's not recommended to put your amp meter in series with your battery, but in this case I'm gonna do, because this is not a high-tech or luxury vehicle. We don't have any. The radio is an aftermarket. That's one of the suspect departments here. The radio is an aftermarket. We don't have any passwords to lose here, so I am going to put that. And I also will use a clamp meter just to make sure that I don't have a bad tooling. And we're going to use the amp hound too. You guys have seen me use it before. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. And I have the key right now. I'm gonna lock the vehicle. Both amp meters agree with each other's, kinda. I mean, I would take this reading over the other one. I don't think I zeroed that one. Did I zero it? Zero it. No. I had to receive a phone call, and yeah, you see the values dropping, but we still have between, oh, now it's 110, 120. This needs to be less than 50. Nah, I'm gonna ditch this off. Okay, now it's 0. So it never went back. Oh, yeah, it's around 100, between 102. I would say let's start moving this out and let's start checking fuses. Got to mention that if you have a proximity key, which is a smart key that, you know, the car has a system that detects the key when you are approaching it, and especially when you have sensors like this to lock and unlock. I think this is fake. This is not working. But this key needs to be away from the vehicle. Okay, so we're gonna put this right here. Probably even further. Because that will prevent the car from going to sleep completely. I just noticed something here. Actually, I went back to make sure that I have a locked door, and I just noticed something. Look how this is sticking out. Look at the other one. Let me get the key back and lock it. See, that has something to do with it. Okay, let's unlock. Here, right here. You see it? Right there. It went up. When I lock, it went down. Now this one, unlock, they are unlocked up, and lock down is not going down. So in this case, see, we walk up the car. In this case, I think I need to put a I think I need to connect the auto and go to live data on the body control module or the door module if there's any. I think these have door modules, and check to see if that lock is reading locked. If it's not, then the car will never go to sleep. Alright, so after scanning the vehicle, the only thing that we have is lost communication with radio and one airbag code. Let's go to driver door module. Live data. Door ajar status closed. Okay, so this one right here has nothing to do with being closed or open. I'm moving it in and out. Although it is stuck, it is definitely not normal. But as long as it says closed, I'm gonna open it. See a jar, and then we have a chime. But once I close it, okay, it is closed, intact. Okay, so back to the fuse box. I like to start with 10 amp fuse, and the reason why, because the most common are 10, and I want to be in the middle just in case we have a low or a high reading. I'm using this attachment that I mentioned in one of the videos. I dedicated that video to this one actually. It makes it easy to work and film. Okay, see here we have 100, 120, 100. That's it. That's the one. What is that? It is fuse number 14. Right here. Fuse number 14. Let's go pull up the wiring. I don't think this one has a... Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, let's go to the computer. The fuse 14 says 10 amp red, AC heater control, cluster, security mode if equipped. Alright, I hate when it says cluster. That's the bad experience for me. Okay, so you go to power distribution, powers and grounds. You go to power and you click on the diagram and you go Control F to find, and you put fuse 14. Easiest way to find it. Make sure this is the fuse 14 near battery power distribution center. Make sure this is the 14. It might be another 14 in another fuse box, but this is our guy. Okay, it has a cluster, AC heater control. It has two things, the cluster and the AC heater control right here. This is it. So let's start with probably the AC heater control, because I know those are easy to take out. Let's see, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna disconnect the AC heater control harness, and if we still have that 100 milliamp jar, that means from the cluster. We're in heating and air condition schematic, and you just want to make sure that this fuse 14 right here says fuse 14. It goes down, and this red and yellow, it goes to this module which says AC heater control. It should be pin number 2. So let's locate that and disconnect it. And by the way, to verify what we can do, we can grab a pliers and pull that fuse and see if it will make a change. There you go, I just pulled it. This is what I want to see, and see how it is steady. Like only one milliamp movement, 1 to 5, that's fine. But the way it was jumping, that means it's I would say malfunctioning device, piece, a module, something. So as I said, it's really easy to get to these controls. All you need to do is a tool like this or something, or a flathead screwdriver. Make sure don't damage this. But now I see things. I see this red wire, they probed it to this harness. Oh, so this is the, alright, I see, this is the a 12 volt provider, so they pull in 12 volts from it to something. But anyways, this is the harness for it, and this is the what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be red and yellow. Why this is yellow and red? I verified the other ones, like the first one, a dark blue and light blue, and we have dark blue and light blue. So let's disconnect this and go check our draw. Yeah, again the fuse is back, and I hate it when it is the cluster. Alright, let's go to the cluster then. It is the cluster. Let me pull the cluster out. Cluster is out. It was easy. I used the same tool to take that bezel, and there were 4 screws. I used the Phillips screwdriver to get to them, and I see something that I like. I see that somebody had probed on the wire that concerns us. Actually, I didn't pull the cluster schematic out yet, so let me do this. Here's the schematic for the cluster, and this is our fuse right here. Fuse 14 goes down, red and yellow, red and yellow right here. Pin number 14, which is this one. You see here it says 14 upside down. This is the one, and I think if we cut this, whatever it is, the owner said I don't want any aftermarket stuff. Oh, look at it. Hey, right here. This side down. What is that? GPS or something? I don't know. But, and it is hot. It is active. That is definitely the cause of the draw. Let me go get a cutter. And that's why it was fluctuating up and down. Let's verify the jump inside of it here. And let me just do this and come back here. Hey, look at this. I still have an unusual draw here. Okay. Okay, now we have 40. Alright, let me go. Unplug this. See what's gonna happen. I need 2 hands. It's unplugged. So this is definitely was 1. Let me check again here. 30. I would understand 30. Actually, let me unplug all of them. It's completely unplugged. Yeah. That's something else. That's not the cluster. Alright, let's check out the other fuses. So when you hear that beep, you don't have, that's how good this device, you don't have to look at it. Because if it does, it'll be like, like this one, 10. What is this fuse? Number 6, 7, 8. I think this is 8. Let's go see what 8. But that's only 10 millivolt though. Milliamp. Why I keep saying millivolt? 10. Vacuum pump if equipped. Okay. So we go here. Fuse 10. Okay, see we have 2 fuse 10s. One is right here. Fuse 10. This is ND near battery board. This is our guy. Not used. Okay, we can pull this one out. It was fuse 8, 10 amp. Fuse 8. I'm tripping. Fuse 8. diagnostic link connector, DLC, wireless control module, the WIN, wireless ignition node, WIN. This is the WIN right here. Okay, I will let that pass. Let's go check more. Actually, no. Look what I did. It's 15. So you change it to 15 and you hold. Now it's 20. Let's do it again. Yeah, you see it? 20 milliamp. Okay. Switch my mind. Nothing so far. A small dude, but I think. Now let's go to the tip-em. I just checked the tip-em ones and they're okay. So let's see if we have one inside the car. So I took this panel off. I was looking for a fuse box, but I found a bunch of crap. This device was on top of the cluster. That is a Mopar. I don't know what it is. Made in China. GSM GPRS transmitter module. Okay, and it has these wire in, has this switch, whatever that is, and it has this connected here. This one goes somewhere I cannot reach. I don't know where it goes to, but this is not the DLC. The DLC is right there. This one, this is, oh, okay, so this is not the original DLC. We have to take this off and we put this one back in. For some reason, this one, it looks like it's not designed to sit here. This right here. So, I don't know what's going on, but what I can do, I can disconnect this device, whatever it is, or I can disconnect it from here or cut these wires, and yeah, that definitely goes to it. There's a fuse right here. Let's go see our draw after disconnecting this crap. It's 30. I mean, I take 30. I'll definitely take 30. I think I'm gonna clean this mess and give the car back to the owner. See if that's gonna kill it. But I don't think 30 is gonna kill it. I'm just gonna keep watch it, make sure that doesn't go over 50, and we'll see. Did something extra. I took off the radio. I wanted to see where that red wire going to, and it does go to the radio. So I unplugged the radio just in case, and that 30 milliamp stayed there, and it goes to 35, go back to 30, 20. So I'm gonna leave it like that, give the car to the owner, make sure it doesn't happen with them anymore after replacing the battery, because that battery might be exhausted at this moment. But I will definitely update the case before I upload it. And thank you guys for watching. One last tip that I noticed, you remember how I said something about the lock not locking? So I'm gonna lock it. This door doesn't lock, so this definitely need to be fixed. This will definitely not put the car to sleep. I know I was doing it manually here, but now what I should have done, actually, I should have put my amp meter when the door closed, not open. This is one of the cases that you have to close it the way it normally be, not from here. So like that, lock. This one doesn't lock, and go check it out. But I told them I feel good about the 30 milliamp, and I told them that we should have a fix here.